OpenAI is actually trying to get ads on Chat-GPT, okay, which is super, super important because one, that creates a competitive advantage if you're early, and number two, more importantly, there are over 800 million active users on their platform, which is a ton of people, and that is active. That's not basically all users, that's active users on a weekly basis. And so, you know, there was a bit of confusion in the start when OpenAI came out. A lot of people were wondering how are they going to make money, and a lot of them thought that, you know, it wasn't possible to make money over the subscriptions because they're quite cheap, right? $20, I guess, you know, $20 to $200, I believe. That's not kind of their use case, just like Facebook, right? Facebook isn't kind of a social platform, it's an advertising platform, and that's where a majority of their dollars come from, amongst other things that they're doing. So OpenAI isn't trying to make, you have to understand this, OpenAI is not trying to make money from the $20 subscriptions. That's kind of like the cherry on top. They are going to make money through investments, and they're going to make money through this becoming an advertising platform. Because as we know, and this has been shown throughout history, where attention goes, money flows. And there are let me say that again, there are 800 million users on this platform. I think it's probably more than twice the size of the US. But there are a ton of people there. And the way I think it's gonna work is, number one, context is gonna be super important. So what I believe it's gonna do is it's gonna, I think the way, and again, don't quote me, take this with a grain of salt, but I think the way that you're going to get advertisements is through basically you using chat, and the things you've mentioned and talked to with ChatGPT is basically what you're going to get recommended, right? So for instance, all of us, you know, for instance, for me, you know, ChatGPT is my financial advisor, it's my therapist, it's my social media, it's my creative strategist, it's X, Y, and Z. And so any conversation, and again, LLMs are getting very, very good, and this is only the start, very, very good with memory. So, you know, if I mention, for instance, something with finances, or if I mention, let's just say, call it social media, and I'm trying to learn more about social media, and ChatGPT picks up on that, then they're going to start advertising that to me. And I think that's how it's going to work. It's going to work basically via memory. Whatever you're talking to ChatGPT about is essentially, I think, what you're going to get advertised to. And then, probably, this is later in the future, it's going to be advertising to your AI agent. And if your AI agent resonates with you, it's almost kind of like a gatekeeper. You know, it's kind of like the secretary being the so-called gatekeeper. When you call in, you have to kind of get past the gatekeeper being the secretary to then talk to maybe the person that you're calling for. I think that's going to be the same thing with your AI agent. Eventually, you're going to start advertising to everybody's AI agents. And then if the AI agent says, oh yeah, Marlon would like that, basically the AI agent will buy it for you. But for right now, it's going to be via memory. It's going to be things that you're talking to, and then that's going to be turned into ads, and then you'll probably be targeted via, you know, the memory. What's inside your memory, the ChatGPT's memory. Okay, so it's super, super important. Again, it's not out yet. I believe this is something for 2026, but they are starting to talk about it. And when you think about it, this is kind of, at least the way I look at it is, this is kind of the only move that OpenAI is going to do. Like, when you have this much attention, you have to monetize the attention. You're not going to monetize this via subscription. I'm interested to see how cheap it's going to cost. And I need to personally, because I just heard about this not too long ago. So we need to go head first. I'll bring you all the latest news on this, because this here can be the next strategic advantage, because there's not too many moats and things move fast. So you have to be obviously first mover, very, very important when it comes to something like this. And so understanding it, learning it, and testing it, and then obviously paying to play, because that's kind of the advertising game, to collect the data and to learn how to actually go about making money on these platforms. So OpenAI, going to be an advertising platform. You will be able to advertise to other users, 800 million users, nothing to joke about. So I'm very interested to see how that plays out. Now, if you're interested about selling AI and how to go about selling, this video right here is for you, my friend. So take care, watch this video, and we'll chat soon.